Hey folks, this is Sam Bone, your Gadsden, Alabama attorney specializing in expungements. If you've had a domestic violence third conviction, you may be wondering, can I get my gun rights back? And the answer is yes, but there's a process. First, we've got to get an expungement, and then second, we file for a pardon. First, let's talk about the consequences of a domestic violence third conviction in Alabama. One of the biggest consequences is losing your gun rights. You can't own, possess, or purchase a firearm. That means you can't even hunt. And that's a big deal. And that's why so many people want to get those gun rights back. Here's the Alabama law right here that says anyone convicted in this state of the offense of domestic violence shall not own a firearm or have one in his or her possession or under their control. The first step to getting your gun rights back is to get an expungement. This erases the conviction from public records. This is a game changer for getting the pardon later on, which would actually get your gun rights back. The first step to getting your gun rights back is to clean up your record, and that starts with an expungement. Expunging your domestic violence third conviction is crucial. It removes the conviction from public records, which is a game changer when it comes to applying for the pardon later on. The first question is a domestic violence third even eligible for an expungement? So let's go through what the actual petition for an expungement shows. So look, here's the petition for expungement of records. This is what we will fill out and actually file with the court. You have to check all of these boxes, that all the probation or parole requirements have been completed. Normally, if you're convicted, you've got about 24 months of unsupervised probation. 3 years must have passed from the date of conviction. So it has to have been 3 years, not from the date it occurred, but from the date you were convicted. At the time of this is for CDLs, not eligible here, not relevant here. Next is it a violent offense? Here is the definition of violent offense. Let's look at it right here. Here's violent offenses. Right here, it does mention domestic violence third. So a lot of people will run away after they see that. However, it's only to subsection D here. So let's see what subsection D says. Subsection D is only for a third or subsequent conviction for domestic violence third. Therefore, you're good to go if it's your first or second domestic violence conviction. The conviction is not a sex offense. It's not conviction of moral turpitude. So let's look at moral turpitude. Here's moral turpitude. Doesn't mention anything about domestic violence third. You're good to go. So you check that. Not a serious traffic offense. It's not a serious traffic offense. So therefore, domestic violence third is eligible for expungement. Just because you're eligible for an expungement does not mean that the judge will actually give you the expungement. We will file the petition. The DA will be served, and there possibly could be a hearing. After that hearing, the judge will then decide whether to grant you your expungement. Again, we talked about just because you've gotten a pardon, it does not entitle you to own or possess a firearm. This code right here, Alabama Code 152715, says that explicitly an expungement order does not give you the right to possess a firearm. However, it does say that anyone whose record of conviction is expunged may have his or her right to ship, transport, possess, or receive a firearm restored by a pardon. That does not mean that it will get, but it says that you may get that done. So how do we apply for a pardon? The Pardon and Paroles website really does a good job of laying out exactly how to apply for a pardon. It's right here, paroles.alabama.gov. It's got all these frequently asked questions. First one is here, how do I apply for a pardon? First, it's going to have this pardon application linked here. Just click on that. Fill out the application. There's the application to fill it out. It's got even instructions with it. Go back. Then you also have to have this waiver of liability filled out. Here's it. You fill that out in front of two witnesses. And then what do you do with it? You email it right there. It's that simple. The pardons application process is very simple. I can help you fill it out if you need to, but generally I tell folks just do it themselves. All right, so there's no guarantee that even if you apply for an expungement that you're actually going to get the expungement, or even if you get the expungement, there's no guarantee that you will actually even get the pardon. But that is the process that we use in order to get someone's gun rights back. If you want to get your gun rights back and need more information, please let us know.